Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It is CLX Foundry Live, where we dive deep into somebody's build and put it together from the ground up. I'm your host, DJ Blue PDX, and joining me live from our studios in Wichita, Kansas, it is our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, and the man who just figured out not to breathe water. You got to drink it. It's our Zach Killingsworth, our master builder.
That was me. Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I heard him just hacking, and I'm like, what the hell? Wrong hole. All right. There we go. So we've got a fun show for you today, and a couple of different things. Plus, we've got an after show today, which is going to be great. So let's start off with, we're doing a project for Denise coming out of Minnesota. And what are we going to be putting in this beautiful box for her?
All right, so she has custom configured a Horus off our website. So starting out with our processor, we've got the Intel Core i9-14900KF. It's cool that we've got our 360 AIO in black. For our motherboard, we've got the ASRock Z790-CX, and for our memory, we've got 2 sticks of 32 gigabyte DDR5, 5600 speed memory, so a total of 64 gigs of memory in this build. For storage, we've got a 2 terabyte T-Force G50 NVMe drive, and alongside that, we've got a 6 terabyte Western Digital Blue hard disk drive, so 8 terabytes of storage in this build. We've got an RTX 4090 going in this thing, so pretty nice gigabyte card right there. We got 8 of our Game DS Aeolus M2 fans in black and a 1000 watt Game DS Helios P2 80 plus gold fully modular power supply.
Nice.
Excuse me.
That'll be a lot of fun. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as Zach's pulling this apart, we've seen other builds, and there's always a different way to pull these apart. Zach, what's some best advice when you're coming in to do this case right here?
This is all just a pressure case, so all you have to do is just pop everything off. No little thumb screws or tabs or little screws to unscrew to get the front panel off. It's just all pressure. So, super easy peasy.
Under pressure.
Speaking of under pressure, I don't know if you guys all saw, but because I'm an Olympics nut, not only did the U.S. women's team in hockey win the gold, so did the men's. And both in overtime, both 2-1, both against Canada.
Let's go.
That game was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
America's got the best hockey.
I'm going to pretend that you didn't say that.
We do.
Because
we got golds in both.
You realize Ivory can hear you, right?
That's fine.
He can't say nothing.
Ivory's not a hockey fan. He won't care.
All right, there we go. Oh, so the first thing we got to do is get our base going on. That's going to be our motherboard. So this is going to be an ASRock Z790CX D5. That means DDR5 BK model. So not a whole lot of heat sinks on here, but it's got all the necessary connections for what we're going to be putting it together with. It's got its own little I/O shield over there. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Now, at the very top, you see we've got one USB. Oh, actually, it's a PS2 mouse keyboard port for those of you who have legacy devices. And then there are going to be a total of 5 USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A's. There's one 3.2 Gen 2 Type A, which is a 10 gig. There's one 3.2 Gen 2 Type C, which is a 20 gig. That's up and down. Plus, you've got one USB 2, one RJ45 LAN port, plus your HD jacks and your 2 antenna ports. There we go. The PS2 connection is not something you see often these days. I think I did finally get rid of all of my PS2 based keyboards.
Good.
The souls of the darned, yes. What is inside that cardboard case in the box? Oh, good question, I'm smart.
That would be all of the case hardware for all like the standoffs and screws and all that fun stuff.
Coming out this year.
You know, I haven't played any Ace Combats ever, so I can't say that I am, but I do like flight simulator stuff, so I've just never played it.
Speaking of things to play with, to put on this board, we're going to have a brain. So that is going to be our CPU. So this is going to be an Intel Core i9-14900KF. Paul, tell us couple things about this processor.
All right, so this is a 24-core, 32-thread processor. You've got 8 P cores for performance cores that have hyper-threading, and then you've got 16 efficiency cores along that. It says a base speed of 3.2, and it will boost all the way up to 6.0. So it's a top-of-the-line 14th gen processor from Intel, obviously. It can game, it can edit. It can do this. This processor can do everything. A lot might consider this overkill for just gaming, but you know, if you're doing gaming and video editing and anything that's processor intensive, this is going to be really good for that.
Yeah. Now, we did see here that Zach's doing. He's being very meticulous about how he's attaching them. But this is the pump for our AIO. This is how we're going to keep our CPU cool. So I know a lot of people already know what this is, but for those who don't, Paul, take it away.
All right. So an AIO stands for all-in-one. That's what Zach's installing right here. And is the cooler for our processor. Now, AIOs are pretty common in the industry nowadays, but these come out of the box ready to go. There's already coolant inside of here. What you saw us do is what you would do at home. There's going to be a few different sets of hardware for the different motherboard socket types that come with these, so you just want to make sure you've got the right one. If you grab the wrong one, stuff's not going to fit or line up, so you'll know pretty quickly if you did. But once you've got that installed, you just plug in the wires. That is a part of the AIOs that can be pretty different. The wires coming out of them are usually proprietary to the brand of AIO. So you might have a 6-pin power coming off your power supply to power it. You might have a SATA power. This one just has a CPU header and an RGB cable. But yeah, there's a lot of different cables. So
we got a good question coming in from the Kick side, and it's from Shit. Now that is SCHITT, like Schitt's Creek. I heard somewhere that playing at 1440p gives less of a performance improvement compared to 1080p when using an X3D CPU. How true is this?
You know, I've heard that as well. I haven't seen that in practice. That's some testing we would have to do. Most likely, if you've got an X3D CPU, you probably have a pretty good video card alongside with it. You can be playing in 2K. But yeah, general rule is you're going to have a higher frame rate at 1080 than you will at 1440, just because it's a lot easier for the graphics card to process. But there could be some situations where that would be true.
And I will tell you what that exception is if the game is what's the word? If the game is optimized, there we go, optimized at a specific resolution, that is probably going to be what's going to get the most. Because for me, I have to play, if I play Rainbow Six Siege at 4K, I get way better frame rates than I do at 1440 or 1080 because it has a downsample, which is bizarre, but that was my experience. That game looks so good, and I'm still pulling good 200 frames per second, which is rad.
Nice.
No playable Harrier. The Top Gun edition of the current Ace Combat lets you fly the Dark Star from Maverick, and it's armed too. Nice. You know what I would love to fly? Although you might not remember it. It's in G.I. Joe the cartoon, there was they were playing with inverted forward-facing wings, and they actually have that as a jet. Which is nuts. Speaking of Batman, let's talk about a RAM. We've got two 32 gig sticks, a Team Group DDR5 5600 in black. These things look great, and especially the color they put off, awesome. So that's 64 gigs. Now, do you guys feel like that's going to be more the common area that people are going to for the higher ends? Or is 32 going to be staying the standard?
I think we're going to be at 32 for a while. I think we'll even see it go down to 16 gig with the price of memory where it's at right now. Obviously, if you've got the money and you can have 64 gigs, it's awesome. But, you know, for how expensive memory is, we didn't definitely see people sticking with 16 gigs for now until those prices come down.
There you go. And I think most games their high end is based on a 16 gig, not a 32.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, typically it's like 16 is minimum, 32 is recommended now. You'll probably still see 8 and 16 on a lot, but yeah.
All right, so underneath those fans is going to be our radiator. Now, Paul explained how that works, and when the liquid is going through all those little fins, the fins have to be cooled down to provide a cooler experience for the CPU. So, I saw that. Let's cover which way these need to be set and how to know which way to put it on.
Sure. So with this AIO, the way Zach's installing these, the side that you guys are seeing right now of the fan, that's where air's coming into. So it's going to be coming out of the back of the fan, pushing through the radiator and then out the case. This is the most effective way when you're mounting fans to the radiator. You could have them on the reverse fashion where they were pulling air through. And that would still cool it. You wouldn't notice any like big overheating issues, or your PC shouldn't be shutting down or anything, but it will cool better if you have them pushing air through.
There we go. Now, unlike the way that the AIO has to be screwed down, which is opposites, just like doing a tire. Fans, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of pressure going on these fans, so we're not worried about like the contacts between the back of the fan and the radiator. We don't really want that touching actually at all. So
yeah, yep. And then there's the two other ways that you can do it are going to be because this is a push. There's the pull, and then there's what's called a push pull if you've got room for it. And so obviously push pull is going to be have the best cooling, but as far as the push versus the pull, you said push really gives you that better airflow.
yeah, pushing air through is always going to get more air through than if you were pulling it through. So that's why it's better at cooling. Now the push pull is more effective, and if you've got room in your case to fit an extra thickness of fans on there, then definitely go for it.
Oh God, I'm not going to say it was on my mind because it was funny in my head. It should stay there. Okay. Up next. Now we've got our case. Now let's talk about this. This is the CLX Horus 3500X in black. I don't know if we've done one of these recently, but it's got a bunch of really great connections. So Paul, while he's sticking that together, why don't you go over what the ports are on this device and where they're located?
So these are at the top. This case is very similar in design to the NV5. So this is up here. We obviously got our power button, two USB 3.0s, a Type-C, headset and mic port, and then a reset button here. So, but the layout is very similar to the NV5. I think the NV5 is probably a little bit more stylish looking, but this one is a good case as well. We've done a ton of these.
Alrighty. Now, the way that Zach is putting this down is so that the motherboard doesn't touch the back of the case. You'll see there's a little gap there, and that's because there's these little metal elements called standoffs. Paul?
So standoffs are what protect our motherboard from being shorted out to the frame of the chassis. So this is a really good shot on the side to see that right in the middle there. You can see the standoff. So our motherboard is going to be resting on those. That way it's not making direct contact with the frame, because that will cause it to short out and brick your motherboard potentially.
All right. Now, one thing I will say that unlike some of the other builds we've seen where the motherboard sits literally on the back of the frame, this has got a little bit of a gap behind there for cable management, which is always healthy. I'm also really loving the Destiny looking grid for their airflow. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it's something Corsair's done. It makes me think of Destiny every time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. It just looks really cool. All right, don't forget, if you've got questions, please feel free to ask. You know we're here for it, and we love to do it, so ask away. Carlos Conchili. Hello. How are you? Cosworth Art is in the house. Guys, you want to do a little Beast today?
Beast.
Oh my God, I had so much fun with Dying Light and the Beast the other day. That is a game that I can get lost in and just go and forget, because I like to usually do like a commercial break every hour, so A, I can stretch my legs, B, people don't have to watch as many commercials. But man, I got to 2 hours, I got to 2 hours and realized I haven't done a break yet. Whoopsie.
Oops.
All right.
I'm playing some Dark Souls 3 again. Oh yeah.
Nice.
So
Oh, you know what you should play? Have you tried Warhammer Darktide?
I have.
I love that game.
It's a good game. It was a very good game.
Cosworth mentions that Metal Gear Solid 4 has finally left the PS3 purgatory and coming to PC and other platforms in a couple of months. Can't wait. Carlos Concilio. I wonder why I want to call you Chili Con Carlos. Good work. We are down to 2 people at work. If they don't hire somebody, they might be down to 3. Gotcha. So, as for where you place these radiators and fans, there are multiple different... A lot of times, there's multiple different ways you can place that radiator. How do you know which is the best place to position it?
The only thing to really keep in mind is that where these tubes go into the radiator, So this is the top of our case if you're seeing it right here. But where these tubes go to the radiator, we have that above the pump. And that's because there's always going to be a little bit amount of air inside of these AIOs, and you don't want that going to the pump.
Coming over from the YouTube side, Sankey Panky, 2152, because 2153 would have been just one too many. It says, I purchased a PC from you guys, but didn't know if you guys would live stream it. So we do live streams every Tuesday and Thursday with builds for different people. When you're ordering a PC, if you'd like to see if there's a possibility of getting it in the schedule of the show, if it works out, you can always request that through customer service, but there's no guarantee. This project is for Denise in Minnesota. I believe Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, where I'm sure it is cold and snowy these days. Like the red camera shots? Yeah, Jason's got the camera work down. All right, now, for cable management purposes, it's always important to make sure that you tie everything up appropriately at all times. So, Zach, when it comes to fans, what's the first step so people are ready when it comes to this kind of a situation?
What was the question again? Sorry, I was like hyper focused on.
I'm building this piece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like da 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 da.
So, as you're starting with the beginning of your cable management, obviously the fans are going to be important. So, when it comes to tie-ups on the radiator fans, what would you recommend somebody do if they're building it for their first time?
So I like getting all of my cables like in groups. I don't like being overwhelmed, and this is something that you can easily overwhelm a lot of people. So I just like going in small groups, doing my case cables, getting those all put up, getting my fan cables, getting those all put up, and then my power cables and getting those all put up.
There you go. All right, while he's doing that, as a quick reminder, we do live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at 11 a.m. Pacific. That's 2 Eastern on Tuesdays. We're right here on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And on Thursdays, we're exclusively over on TikTok. So check it out.
TikTok, baby.
Okay.
TikTok shop.
What the heck is that?
This is the control panel. I take it apart because I have like some OCD. I like the cables coming from inside it
Zach's
To
hacking into the mainframe
to look
here.
better.
You know what I like? I like to move it. No, I'm just kidding.
Move it.
So I've never actually seen you do this before, Zach. So
There are only two cases that have like front panels, headers that can come off. And so on those two builds, I do, because then you can flatten everything out. And don't worry, I'll show you when I get it in the case, because that's where it looks good. From here, you're like, it doesn't look good. But then once we get it in, it's like, oh, dang. That 30 seconds of stripping that plastic off. Whew.
Everybody loves a good stripping.
right there you go. Now, Wilmatic 215, I believe, is the same person as Sankey Panky, but mentioned it looks like my PC was already built and testing. So I guess no live, but it's okay. So you mentioned testing, and so just so that you understand what the testing is, Paul, why don't you describe what goes through all of our PCs whenever they're built, whether they're pre-built or custom?
Sure. So the pre-built and the custom PCs, they all go through the same process. Same people here are building them, testing them, all that. So your PC that's just getting into testing, what we do there is first thing we get into the BIOS of the machine. We'll make sure our RAM speed is set correctly. So most likely you've got a RAM speed that was higher than the factory setting, probably like 5600 or something like that. So we'll make sure that that's enabled so you're getting the full performance out of your memory. We'll make sure all your storage devices are showing up. So when this one goes to testing, it has a 2 terabyte NVMe drive and a 6 terabyte hard disk drive. So we're making sure that we can see both of those in the BIOS before we start loading the system. And then after we've done that, if you picked overclocking, that's where we'd set the overclock. And then once your BIOS has been set and confirmed, that's when we load your operating system. So right now, pretty much every computer is getting Windows 11 Home, but we do Linux and all It's all the operating system. So if you pick something else, it's where we load that. And then once your operating system's loaded, we make sure all the drivers are loaded, and then we stress test the system for 12 hours. So we got a few different benchmarking softwares we use for that, but that just makes sure that everything is stable, so that when you get it, you don't have any issues at home. Now the big thing that we pride ourselves on is in that loading process, there is no bloatware that is put onto your machine. You're not gonna get it and have a whole bunch of different antivirus or anti-malware software programs. You're just going to get a clean install of your OS. You're not going to have a whole bunch of crap that you just delete instantly off your computer.
If you can instantly delete it, because some of them like protect it and it's ridiculous. But yeah,
it's ridiculous.
One of the things I love, because I was a product advisor over at Microsoft for a while, and that all of the PCs that we built and put out were just basic Windows. That was it. Windows Home, Windows Pro, that was it. Nothing else on there, which makes it really, really nice. My mom got a PC from, I think, Costco, no, from Walmart. And it was, it had 3 different antiviruses on there. So, and I'm like, what?
No virus is getting through, brother.
Nothing's getting through at that point. They're going to be contradicting each other and destroy the OS. That was one of our biggest problems at Adobe. Although I don't know if I can talk about this. Never mind. Actually, I will.
Oh,
so,
he's gonna do it.
Got him.
He's gonna do it.
So I helped write the technical training manual and program for Adobe software systems for tech support. And one of the most interesting things is because Adobe software is one of the most pirated softwares in the world. They have a very secure encrypted link that they data stream that you download it from, and so it is encrypted. Well, the problem was that nobody was noticing, and all of a sudden we're having all these operating system screw ups. Was that, specifically Norton would scan through everything that it came across that came in from the internet. So it would take this string and pull it apart, looking for any type of virus formats, whatever, but it didn't know how to put it back together because it didn't have the encryption key. So it just kind of hodgepodged it and sent it through, which created a corrupted install, which then ended up with blue screens, and it was a whole mess. You know what doesn't do that? Windows Defender. Just saying.
Easy clip.
Clip it.
Clip it, dude. Clip it. Send it to Adobe.
Please don't. I mean, granted, that was 2005, 6.
The statute of limitations has passed on that.
Oh, yeah.
Like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Ratlero! Hello! Welcome. Okay. Now, as you can see, we're getting our system cables put together here to one specific area. Why is that?
So this case does have a good cable management area back here. So we can have all of our cables just be very set up where they need to be.
There we go. Getting that put in there. As you can see, that little bit of a gap it provides for the area to hold all of your cable management, which is good. Now, the back of a motherboard doesn't get very warm. Correct?
Right.
Got it. Okay. DJ Vertical, happy Tuesday, nerds. How are we today? What's going on in here? We're building some things and stuff and whatnots. Cosworth mentioned that he said, I bought a new game called Euro Truck Simulator 2, and the training mode makes me feel like I accidentally put in for my truck license. Honestly, I saw that on Steam, and it looks really good. It looks really good. Okay. What is next?
Once I plug this last USB in, then we'll plug fans up.
Nice. All right. Speaking of fans, there were a ton of fans over in Milano, for the Winter Games that just concluded. One of my favorite things to watch there, I love snowboarding. I can't snowboard anymore because of all my injuries, but I love snowboarding. And so the downhill freestyle track was nuts. Absolutely nuts. And that's where you got to go through jumps and all sorts of things. And if you haven't watched it, all the Olympics are still available on Peacock and through the end of July.
Use code CLX Gaming to get 20% off your first month of Peacock.
Really?
No.
Damn.
Don't do it.
GG's to the men's and women's hockey team? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that. That was a good one.
That was good. It was very, very good. The NHL games start back up tomorrow, baby. We can get back to our regularly scheduled hockey.
And you know what I get to go back to? Chicago Fire and Chicago PD are coming back.
Oh, man.
Because the Olympics are over.
Is that show good?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It just has that guy with perfect skin.
It's got, so Chicago 1 is what they call the trilogy. So it started with Chicago Fire, and then on season 2 of Chicago Fire started season 1 of Chicago PD. 2 very good shows, but you've got to watch them in that order because oftentimes they cross over. And then there's a Chicago Med. I haven't even made it through all of Grey's Anatomy yet, so I'm not turning on another Med show. Although I've heard The Pit is also really good.
McSteamy died.
Oh,
yeah, Dr.
Eric Dane.
McSteamy. Or McDreamy, or whatever they said his name was. The plastic surgeon.
Eric Dane was his name. He was
There's
in
like
everything
a documentary on
from
Netflix about him already. But I guess he you guys may have known this, but I guess he recorded a video for play this for when I die.
Yep.
And that's all. So I'm like, ooh, that I don't know if I want to cry yet like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a pretty sad thing.
He was a series regular and principal actor on Grey's Anatomy for a long time. You also could find him on Euphoria. He was also in the movie Burlesque with Cher and Christina Aguilera.
Blech. Terrible.
Okay, to be fair, I love Burlesque. I thought it was great.
I'm not surprised.
I know, right? DJ like Cher? Hold on. What? You follow Dr. Mike, but he says that Pitt is probably the most accurate medical drama on. Yes, I have read that. I've read that. Retired people watch TOS here. Watch Toes here. Got it. I'm not sure what
Smash or nothing.
Smash or pass, baby.
I feel that way about my potatoes.
MASH and Cheers are the only TV shows people need to be
MASH
watching.
and Cheers. MASH was my mom's favorite show for her and my stepdad. They watched that series over and over and over.
We just watched this show. It was based on a mystery novel. I think it was something about 7 Dials or whatever. It's a 3-episode thing on Netflix. It was really good.
I don't know if I mentioned this last week. The show called One Body Problem or 3 Body Problem. It's nuts. It is one of the most. No, One Body Problem and 3 Body Problem, and it involves nuclear physics, but it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And one of the best destructions of a cruise boat. It was the most I would say unique thing about that show was that scene. Never in my life would I have anticipated that that's what they were going to do. So Rotlero says Chicago. Got it.
Chi-town, baby. That's what people from Chicago say. In case you didn't know.
I used to live in Chicago, actually.
I never did.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
Is that SHY?
CHI. Chi-town.
CHI. Chi-town.
Chi-town, baby. Like Chicago, but Chi-town.
Nah.
Yeah, bro.
Which one am I looking at? This one? This one?
Chi-town. I used to live under the bean, you know.
I was
familiar with the
stationed
bean, Zach? You not familiar with the bean in Chicago?
The
oh
bean?
My gosh, the bean. You guys don't know about the bean? You can't
Yes.
you can't say you live in Chicago if you don't know about the bean.
A, it was chrome. B, it was put in after I lived there.
I thought it was called the Big Apple.
That's New York.
No,
baby.
that's the wrong city, bud. Heated Rivalries finally getting advertised on Sky Atlantic there. Nice. Have fun with it. So it's true it is a half-empty city? I have no idea. But I used to live in Waukegan at the military base and then went off base and was living over in Lake Forest for a while, which is gorgeous.
How about those crime rates in Chicago?
Lake Forest was a whole different story. That was about as hoity-toity as I would ever care to get.
I don't even know what hoity-toity is. Is that good or bad?
It's bougie.
Oh, okay.
So they did this sailor exchange program, right, for the holidays, and it was for Thanksgiving, and I was, just out. I went and did that, and they assigned me put me with a family that was living in Lake Forest, who had their kids were at college, and they had like a 7-bedroom house.
Is that solid?
And they said, if you want, you can rent a room. I said, okay.
Find out.
All right.
Is the bean in Chicago solid?
I think unemployment is high, I think, everywhere.
It is not solid. It is
There
hollow.
needs to be beans inside it.
Dude,
There
let's
needs
go.
to be beans inside the bean.
Let's go break open the beam or the bean.
Just start pouring cans of beans into it. Oh,
Bean.
yes.
Bears.
It is supported by an internal steel truss structure, allowing visitors to walk underneath its 12-foot high arch.
It's cool.
Cloudgate? What is Cloudgate? Oh, was this not supposed to be a bean? What's it called? It's not. Oh my gosh.
My friend took me to the Wiener Circle in Chicago. What an experience. Matryoshka bean. There you go. The things you know. So we're going to be, I'm loving this about this case because this is going to be a very even flow case. You've got 4 fans inbound, 4 fans exhaust, but with explain how the pressure, what positive, negative, and equal pressure means.
Air comes in, air goes out. It's a mystery. The more air you have coming in, the better it is. The higher the positivity of your pressure. So if you got more intakes than exhaust, you got positive pressure. It means you got more air coming in than you do leaving. If you've got more exhaust than you do intakes, it creates a negative pressure inside the system, which is like a vacuum cleaner. So it's going to suck dust and hair in all through these little destiny symbols all over the case. So you want to prefer to have it in a positive pressure case. Yes, like in a plane.
Right vertical says balanced pressure as long as all the fans are running at the same speed. I still don't have dust in mine. Still.
Noise.
I check it regularly. Okay. So as you can see right here, we've still got a couple things to put in there. Well, what are you unboxing next?
I ain't got nothing to unbox. I unboxed it all.
Oh, well, perfect.
But we do have
Well,
this power supply here, which we can start getting the cables ready for.
Let's talk about that. That is going to be a Gamebius Helios P2 1000 watt 80 plus gold. Now, that is a modular. What other kind of PSUs are there?
There are non-modular and semi-modular.
There you go. What's the big difference?
Non-modular has all the cables pre-soldered in. This is a fully modular, so none of the cables are pre-soldered in. And a semi-modular is a little bit of both.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Now, 80 plus gold, there's multiple different levels of what that means when it comes to power supply units. What is that, and why is it important to note what you're getting?
That is the efficiency rating of the power supply. So how much power is coming out of your wall outlet versus what is actually being used. It is what directly ties to your energy bill. So you got 80 plus base, which is just a little white label here. That's 80 plus. Then you got bronze, silver, gold, platinum, titanium. not a huge difference between those ratings, so it really doesn't matter for gaming, but this might be important if you're doing some Bitcoin mining, some Dogecoin mining, you know, some cryptocurrencies where the power you're using is directly tied to how much money you're making on all your untraceable cryptocurrencies. That's when you might care.
And Rattler says it does remain attached on only on charged surfaces, low EM charges, unless it's getting blown all to smithereens. I have 9 fans intake, and I have 4 fans exhaust. Trust me, it's pushing everything out of there as quickly as possible, and I can feel it, like even just on my little PCI slot covers. It was fun. Let's see here. That's gonna be one. That's gonna be one of side hustles: cleaning and replacing PCs and game consoles. Yes, that is a good. That's a good side hustle. Hashim, hello.
What's up, Hashim?
I feel like I need to add an effect to that. Hashim.
When we get our soundboard set up,
There you
we'll
go.
get a Hashim button. And
There we
then we're
go.
gonna need an Oscmart button as well.
Yes.
Oscmart.
So it's just like whenever Norm walked into Cheers.
Right.
I
Norm.
don't know that reference, but yes.
Oh wow. So Cheers was a show about a bar. It was with Ted Danson's really big breakout role, along with Christiality and several others.
Back when they had black and white TVs. Let me see. Before color TVs were invented.
You can't see it right now, but I'm flipping you off camera. You grew up watching Cheers? Yeah, Cheers and Night Court.
Night Court.
Family Ties, Growing Pains, with that crazy individual. He went nuts.
Urkel?
Whoever played the oldest kid on Growing Pains.
Did I do that?
No. God dang it! Now I'm gonna have to pull this up. Kirk Cameron, who went
Kirk Cameron.
Yeah, he absolutely lost it.
What?
And
I don't
Andy
know who
Griffin.
this is. Let's Google up
Oh.
Mr. Cameron. Kirk? Is this the dude from Star Trek?
He is huge. Well, he's really into his faith, but to a destructive degree. Is this a customer bill that says Ilmatic Ways? Yes, this is going to be for our friend Denise in Minnesota, over in Brooklyn Park, I think is what was said. Yeah. If I didn't purchase the extended warranty, can I purchase before you guys ship it out to me? Says Wilmatic. Good question.
You definitely should be. We can do that. Just reach out to us on support. I'm not sure what the process is going to be, but we can definitely do that. So reach out to us on support, and they will get you taken care of.
Reach out, touch face.
Oh, who's the boss? That was another one.
I feel like I recognize
Now.
this Kirk Cameron guy. Is he in a Disney Channel show?
I think back in the day. But yeah.
Full House. Maybe that's where I recognize him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Full House.
Oh, he got that sweet curly mullet going on. Let's go. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the 90s. The 80s and the 90s.
Growing Pains. Maybe it was Growing Pains.
Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Topanga.
Topanga.
Let's see here. Hashim says, may I ask Zach, why is Zach in a tie and formal shirt? Is he lined up for an interview for a new job, or did you pull him out of the executive manager's suite mid-work?
He's got a court date.
Yep. Yep. I've been summoned.
A gentleman and a scholar. Oh no, do you have jury duty?
Oh yeah.
There was some lady who used to work here, and whenever anybody dressed like, you got a court date? It's like, no. Just looking
That's
nice
hilarious.
I'm taking my wife out after work. She doesn't know it
Nice.
yet, but they've got a teacher meeting, and they don't know it
Teacher
yet.
meeting.
But she's not attending.
Oh, nice.
I'm kidnapping my wife and taking her on a date.
Nice.
That's it. Just make sure that's the story you tell the police.
Yep.
Hey, we heard it here live. We have
Ilmatic
video.
Ways has a question. Says, I missed out on the specs list. What are they? Let me go over through this with you. It's a CLX Horus 3500X black chassis. It has a motherboard that is a ASRock Z790 CX-D5 in black. It's got a Intel Core i9-14900KF with a CLX Quench 360 black AIO for the cooling. We've got 64 gigs of team group, DDR5 5600 for RAM. And then, of course, we're going to have a 2 terabyte storage, M.2 for the main drive, a 6 terabyte storage for the secondary drive, an RTX 4090, a GameDS Aeolus M2, 8 of those, and then, of course, our PSU, which is our GameDS Helios P2 1001. There you go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. How do you make sure your system won't bottleneck? How do you pick the right components? Ooh, well, if you do it right on CLXgaming.com. Paul?
Yeah, our website's got a great configurator on it you can use for that. But the biggest thing here to remember is just don't spend all your money on like a processor and then cheap out on your video card or vice versa. You want to stay in that kind of mid-tier range. So mid-tier range of video cars going with Ryzen 5, Intel Core i5, Intel Core or Ultra 5, stuff like that, with your i7s, Ryzen 7s, and 9s being on the higher end with your higher end GPUs. So basically don't buy the highest end CPU and then buy the lowest end video card.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm excited to hear about how the 4090 is going to work out. Because, yeah, these things are... And it's funny to think that that's a revision, it's a version older than new.
What's cool about this card?
But
Power connector.
it's gigabyte.
It's tucked inside here.
Oh, nice, dude.
Look at it.
Can we get a close-up on that?
Oh, yeah. Look at it. Dun, dun, dun. See that? So the cable can go in from the side and just come out the back, which is really nice. DJ is stun locked. Oh wait, he's not stun. His snow wasn't falling. I thought we stun locked him. The amazingness of the power connection broke DJ. Yeah. You should leave him up. Just. He gone. He got swatted.
Now's when we need the South Park Canadian.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, DJ Vertical, we are seeing motherboards use that 2.5 gigabyte port. It's becoming a lot more normal now, as I'm sure you know since you're asking. It was 1 gigabyte with 2.5 gig as like your second one. Now we see, 2.5 gigabyte with 10 gigabyte LAN ports next to them. So, hey, DJ's back.
Well, we tried getting rid of him, guys, but
What's the
he's
difference between
down.
the 4 different PCs y'all share? So there's a lot of difference there, Runner, and every one of ours is customizable. So we sell a lot of different. Now, when you're starting out to pick like whether Set, Scarab, Horus, or Raw, those are kind of our different families that typically relate to the size of the chassis, but all the components in them are totally customizable.
Vertical has a good question. Are you seeing motherboards starting to integrate the 2.5 gig network ports yet?
Yes, we are. Yep.
Yeah. I think the highest one, the fastest one on a motherboard we have is a 10 gig. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is wild.
Oh, it just leaked.
All right. Now, as far as this is concerned, how heavy is this card, do you think?
4 bags of potato chips.
Oh!
And a tub of Play-Doh.
There you go. The proper measurements.
Paul, you got to handle it. How did it feel?
It was fairly heavy. It is a big card. It's a triple fan model with a big heat sink on there. Definitely want to be using an anti-sag bracket, which we will be using for this.
Awesome.
So.
Oh, and Sean's in the house. Woo! What's going on, Sean? Hello. It's time. I'm late but present. That's correct.
You want to hear a gross story that happened to me this weekend?
Sure.
I was laying in bed. My kid walks up to me. So her head is like right here. I'm laying down. She's smiling, but in a way that I can tell she's got something in her mouth. I'm like,
oh no.
What's going on now? Like, what you got in your mouth? And she was like, not gonna tell you. So she like kept it shut for a while. And then she opened it up to show me, and it was just candy. But since she had been holding it in her mouth so long, a bunch of saliva flew out of her mouth, and it landed directly into my mouth. And I just didn't know what to do. I didn't. I just laid there.
Yep.
I didn't even get up.
Yep.
I was like,
how to know you're a dad when Yeah.
That's the thing.
It was very gross.
Let's see.
It was
Ilmatic
Sour
Way
Patch
says,
Valentine's hearts.
Oh God, that's just slimy and disgusting.
Kraft mac and
Ilmatic Way
cheese for
says,
lunch.
oh God.
So
It says, DJ, what's inside the rig behind you? So this is a CLX Raw, full in white. It's got a ROG Strix Maximus Formula motherboard with a CPU is an i9-13900KF. It's got a 360 AIO along with 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5 6000. The operating system is on a 1 terabyte M.2, and all of the games are on the 4 terabyte M.2. It has a custom ROG Strix 3090 OC, and then that back AIO right there, that's the push-pull. So there's 3 fans blowing in on the back and 3 fans on the front continuing to pull it through. So it makes it very, very cool, that CPU. Oh, God. This happened to me more than once. Tell us you're dad without telling us you're dad.
Yep.
Oh.
I am
That's
a
like,
changed man. I would have thrown up with that before, but I didn't even get up. I was like, that was awful. I hope this never happens again.
Oh, God.
Not really much I can do now.
Like, I'm usually okay with puppy licks because oftentimes, because I have Great Danes, they have giant tongues. It's hard to avoid it. But man, when it hits me right up the nose or somehow gets in my mouth, it freaks me out.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, oh God! Praying they hadn't been licking their butt before that. It's awful. Now the other thing that Ilmatic Ways that I don't think you can see here, but this is also custom printed. So although it doesn't show up really well on camera, this is the curvature of the Earth, and the Earth goes all the way around it. There's a huge, beautiful space scene on the back, and yeah, it is gorgeous. Which also is interesting things we can do. What kind of decorations can you do on the PCs, Paul?
Man, we got a whole bunch of different designs you can do. So if you go to clxgaming.com, you can look through all our designs when you're picking your chassis there. But if you've got a custom design, a custom logo, your own logo for your own Twitch channel or something like that, we can get that printed on your case as well. So just let us know. We can do it.
Nice. Nice. Alrighty.
Nice.
And looky, we got hooky.
Look, we got a computer here now.
Oh my goodness. We get our final cords all plugged in. Right, at least it wasn't your dog, correct. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a sympathetic puker. If you start, I finish. All right. Watching Zach get the last of that cable management all put together. Let's see. Okay. So, let's take a look at that back when you're done. And this is what proper cable management looks like. Look at that.
Baby.
That is slick. That is so slick. Nicely done. All right, so while they put the panels back on, I want to take all of you on a fun little adventure because we're going to show you how you can get your hands on a custom PC just like our friend Denise did. At clxgaming.com, we're trying to do everything we can to make sure that you have the easiest experience getting the PC of your dreams, what's going to work for you, and what's going to be great. Where they come in 4 different sizes, as you can see. So we've got small, medium, large, and then, oh my God, which is great.
Yep.
Once you get in there, we've got everything you can possibly think of when it comes to products. We have Intel, we have AMD, we have NVIDIA, we have Radeon, we even have ARC stuff. And it's all right there. And you can't screw up your build. This is what we're talking about. It's already fixed. So in the event that you choose something that's not compatible, and in this example, what we've done is chosen a graphics card that is that is pulling too much power for the PSU. So you'll either choose a graphics card that's going to work with the PSU, or you keep your graphics card and you choose a different PSU that's going to work with that. Once you complete it, that little yellow button turns right back to green and you're ready to go. So there's lots of things you can do, whether it's braided cables, whether you're wanting to get add-on cards, and we've got all sorts of things. Then you go over to the Foundry. Now, the Foundry is really fun because this is where you can choose to either do a closed loop or open loop. This is how you cool it. If you want your thermal paste upgraded, we can do that. You want your CPU overclocked? We can do that too. We can even overclock your GPU and your CPU, which is great. Now, over here on the accessory side, this is the big part. So this is my favorite page. At the beginning, this is where you can get your cool CLX gear, whether it's t-shirts, hats, ball caps, windbreakers. We got it all. Reds, grays, and the purples. I love it. I love it. Then it's everything that you could possibly think that you might need. So you want a keyboard? We got them. You want a mouse? We got those too. We have controllers. And I mean, check out the controllers. It's not just, oh, I've got a basic game controller. We've got flight controllers and everything here. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. And so then from there, we got headphones. We've got mics. And we carry Beacon products. So it's a Beacon Mix Create and a Beacon mic. If you're a content creator, the Beacon Mix Create is a perfect package because it gives you a way of manually controlling your stream while also having an incredible sounding mic that is still USB. We got speakers, monitors, in-system screens, and all the way down towards the end, we've even got routers and a chair. So technically, you could put together your entire system. We got capture cards too. So yeah, that's what it is. Now, some people might feel it's a little overwhelming. I get that. So that's why we have this thing called RTS, or ready to ship. These are our pre-builts, and our pre-builts come in 4 different flavors. There's entry, mid-range, high performance, and ultra high performance. And this is a great way to take a look at what's already been, there's a pre-built and pre-tested, and kind of give you an idea of how much you're going to get for your money. Also, it gives you an idea of if you wanted to build something and change something off of that, it gives you a baseline to start with. And it's really great. So, with that being said, for all of your future PC needs, head on over to clxgaming.com and see what we can do for you.
Skinny Boston. What up? It's been a while.
All right. Skinny Boston.
Skinny Boston's an OG of the channel.
Let's see. Elmatic Way says, how much would a 9800X 3D with a 5090 and 2 terabyte build would cost? I would recommend going into our builder, just like we show you at clxgaming.com, and put that together. It'll show you right there.
Oh, yeah.
And with regards to our build cost versus your DIY, there are some reasons as to why you might want to get one from us. Paul?
Yeah, so we've got your back for life. So any of our systems, they come with a 1-year warranty on parts and labor, and you get lifetime technical support. So anytime you got a problem with the system or you want to upgrade, you can call us. We will take care of you. Now, obviously, it gets put together professionally. You saw the cable management that Zach did. It's pretty hard to do that if you're a hobbyist, but yeah, just great stuff.
And you can get, if that 1 year can be expanded into a 3-year, if you like it, which is fantastic. Yes. All right. So we've got this PC put together. Let's see what we're going to do for Denise in Minnesota. Check it out.
Oh, it breathes to life. Paste, DJ Vertical.
I love the
Paste.
pulsing. God, wow. Wow. It looks great. It looks fantastic. Oh my gosh. Denise is going to love this.
Denise.
Well done. Well done, gentlemen. All right, so here we go. This show is going to happen in 2 parts, like normal. In just a few, we're going to take a quick break. When you come back, you get to spend the afternoon with Zach as he continues to build some awesome PCs. This show happens every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern. On Tuesdays, we're here on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch, and on Thursdays, we're exclusively over on TikTok. To find out more about all the things going on with CLX Gaming, you can check out our socials. That's YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. If you want to jump into an amazing Discord with a lot of like-minded PC enthusiasts and gamers, head on over to discord.gg/CLX Gaming. And there we go. So, with that being said, great show, guys. On behalf of Zach, on behalf of Kyle and Jason Production, Paul and Zach, I'm DJ Blue PDX. Don't go away. There's more coming up after the break. We'll be right back.
Have a good one, Jack.